Kim Mulkey, not only is she a basketball legend, but she is just always in the headlines. Let's unpack this, because whether or not if you view it as a branding strategy or if you just say that's Kim Mulkey, she's being herself, being authentic, let's unpack this beast, because LSU women's basketball is killing it. We're going into the Final Four, right?
Yep.
Friday?
Yep.
I think the root of all of this is that she's a winner, right? So Kim Mulkey is a great basketball coach. She's a great fundamentals. She's great at technique. She's great at culture and vision and all those things that a coach has to be. So Kim Mulkey's brand is those are the most important things as a coach. The dress and the dress code is really a secondary kind of thing. But when you're a winner, you kind of make the rules. You get to decide things because people understand that you're doing all the right things. So now you get to test things with her brand. I think it's a testing strategy. In the marketing world, she decided, she's a risk taker. I think this would be pretty fun. Let me try it on. She probably had no idea whether people would love it or hate it. And it resonated with people. And it made her more genuine and more authentic, because like she was out there just doing something that no one has done before. So I think it's a fantastic example of, hey, when you do the little things right, you get to make some of those decisions and do some risk taking. And it was a brilliant risk take.
Yeah, like she had a ton of success at Baylor. She's having a lot of success at LSU just in her second year, but she is a Louisiana native. And I think you said it best when you pulled up that quote, when she started wearing these sparkle brands. And I don't know if, Shannon, when we do this, if you can show some of the images, some of the outfits that she's wearing, but basically she's claiming her roots as far as she went to Hammond High, which is literally down the street from us.
They got a street named after her.
Yeah, I mean, she's a legend here as an Olympic gold medalist, as winning she won at Hammond High, a state championship in high school, national championship in college at La Tech, and she actually has won at Baylor 3 times. So she's won on all 3 levels.
Yeah, when you win, this is the quote that she made. Look, we're from Louisiana. We like sparkles, we like diamonds, we like Mardi Gras, we like to eat, and we like to party. So the girl's just being authentic, man. This is what she's about, having fun. And, this is maybe some of the things that she wants to introduce to the sport, because it's good for the fans. It's a good fan experience. It resonates with people, and she's winning at such a high level. She can think about some of these things like the game experience and the in-game experience, and what are people going to be saying, and how do I bring more attention to my program so I get to sit in front of these parents and convince these kids that I'm a good coach for them. So, man, listen, she is doing it big, and unlike anybody has done it to date in women's. I haven't seen men or women do this before, where they just totally let their style come out.
Well, and I think she commands the respect.
Yeah.
Being in her presence, like as cheerleaders, Kim Mulkey would walk past you and you're like, that's Kim Mulkey.
Like
you're
a drill sergeant?
Yes.
Yeah.
She commands respect. And I'm not saying she's not nice, but her energy, her whole vibe about her commands, it kind of reminds me of Dee Dee Bro.
Okay.
LSU's gymnastics coach, she was also a legend. She was a winner. She set new standards. LSU gymnastics now has a packed PMAC every time they go. Same with the women's basketball team. And this is just year 2, and she's taking LSU women's basketball to the Final Four.
And it wasn't like this, Shannon, in your earlier years cheerleading. You would be in an empty stadium, basically, in a lot of cases.
Right. And I'm so happy for the players that are getting to play for Kim Mulkey and feeling what it feels like to have a packed PMAC, because I imagine that that's helping them be great at what they do.
Exactly.
Feeling that support back from their community. At the end of the day, and I just told them, when you Google Kim Mulkey, you obviously you see all of her proof that she is this amazing coach. She was an amazing player, Louisiana culture, but you also see a separate search for Kim Mulkey outfits. It's just so funny that's a small part of the picture. And Sean brought up the point, too, your personal brand does change. I mean, she's been coaching now for 30, 40 years, something like that. Mm-hmm. So I imagine this has just been the evolution of what she's done.
And when you get older, you stop giving a shit.
So, I see her son tweets, he retweets everything, which is how I was seeing a lot of this feedback about Kim Mulkey too. Kept popping up on my Twitter. But yeah, it's really cool to watch. It's like we're seeing a new evolution of LSU women's basketball being built as we speak. So.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Keep it up, Kim.
Yeah, I think she also gets a lot of support too. I think at the Elite 8 game, they actually had all all the head coaches for the basketball team and the football team. Everybody was there supporting not just Kim Mulkey and the Tigers themselves, but the entire school. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think every year we're going to keep seeing more and more.
Listen, the women, there's always been this big discrepancy between pay and women's sports. And there's only one reason, as we talked about, because there's just not as many people that are attending those games. So the sport needs, right? Think about the LeBron James and the Michael Jordans and Larry Birds. That's what the NBA was built upon, the back of those stars. And so maybe we're seeing the first superstar that's coming out of women's coaching that are going to be able to fill arenas just because they're larger than life personality and because she's a winner.
Yep. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.